Welcome, dear learner. Before you begin reading, take a quiet moment and think about your own life. There are times when everything feels heavy, when nothing seems to work, and when even simple things feel difficult. Maybe you are going through such a time right now. Maybe you are trying your best, but still not getting the results you want. This story is for you. It is written in simple English, but it carries a deep meaning. It is not just a story. It is a reflection of real life. As you read, you may feel connected because the situations in this story are not far from reality. They are things many people face but often do not express. Life does not always move smoothly. There are moments when problems come one after another, without giving time to rest. At first, it may be one small issue, something you think you can handle easily. But slowly, more problems begin to appear. Studies become difficult, work becomes stressful, money becomes tight, and relationships start to feel tense. Everything feels connected, and when one thing goes wrong, it affects everything else. In such times, it becomes hard to stay calm. The mind starts to feel crowded with thoughts, and the heart begins to feel tired. You may smile in front of others, but inside, you feel pressure building every day. In many homes, difficult times begin quietly. There may be financial stress, where income is not enough to manage expenses. Bills start to increase, and every small purchase begins to feel heavy. People start thinking more before spending even a little money. This creates tension. Conversations change. Instead of talking freely, people become careful with words. Small misunderstandings grow into arguments. Silence slowly replaces comfort. The house may look the same from outside, but inside, the atmosphere changes. It becomes serious, sometimes uncomfortable. At the same time, responsibilities do not stop. A student still has to study even when the mind is not focused. A worker still has to go to the job, even when feeling tired. Daily life continues, but the energy to handle it becomes less. You wake up, but you do not feel fresh. You try to concentrate, but your thoughts keep moving back to your problems. This creates a cycle. Because of stress, performance becomes weaker. And because performance becomes weaker, stress increases even more. Failure often becomes a part of these difficult times. It can be failing an exam, not getting selected for a job, losing an opportunity, or facing rejection. Failure hurts, not just because of the result, but because of the expectations connected to it. You start thinking about the time and effort you gave, and it feels wasted. Slowly, confidence begins to break. You start questioning yourself. Am I not good enough? Why does this keep happening to me? These questions stay in your mind and make it difficult to move forward. During such moments, motivation becomes very low. Even small tasks feel big. Getting out of bed, starting work, or opening a book can feel like a challenge. You may delay things, not because you are lazy, but because your mind feels tired. This is a very real situation that many people face but do not talk about openly. They feel alone, even when they are surrounded by others. One of the biggest challenges in difficult times is overthinking. The mind keeps going back to problems again and again. It imagines worst situations. It creates fear about the future. Even when nothing is happening at that moment, the mind stays busy with negative thoughts. This makes the situation feel worse than it actually is. It becomes difficult to relax. Even at night, sleep may not come easily because the mind does not slow down. But in the middle of all this, something small but powerful exists. It is the ability to take one step. Not a big step, not a perfect step. Just one small step. Maybe it is studying for a short time, completing one task, or simply getting up and starting the day. These small actions may not change everything immediately, but they create movement. And movement is important because it breaks the feeling of being stuck. In real life, improvement does not happen suddenly. It happens slowly. A student who is struggling may start understanding a little more each day. A person searching for a job may not get selected immediately, but with each attempt, they gain experience. A family facing financial stress may not solve everything at once, but small changes start to reduce pressure. These changes are not always visible at first, but they are real. Another important part of staying strong is learning to manage thoughts. This does not mean removing all negative thoughts because that is not possible. It means not believing every negative thought completely. When the mind says, "Nothing is going right," you can remind yourself, "Some things are difficult, but not everything is bad." This small shift in thinking can reduce mental pressure and help you stay more balanced. Support also matters during difficult times. Talking to someone you trust can make a big difference. It does not mean they will solve your problems, but sharing reduces the weight you carry alone. If talking feels difficult, writing your thoughts can also help. It allows you to express what you feel and understand your situation more clearly. Time plays a silent role in every situation. Even when things feel stuck, time keeps moving. Slowly, situations begin to change. Problems that once felt very big may start to feel smaller. Solutions begin to appear, sometimes in ways you did not expect. These changes may not be fast, but they remind you that difficult times do not stay forever. As time passes, you also start to notice something important. You are changing. The same person who once felt completely lost now starts to understand things better. You become more patient. You learn how to handle stress. You start to react more calmly. These changes are not always visible to others, but they are strong inside you. Looking back, you realize that those difficult moments were not useless. They taught you lessons that easy times could not teach. They showed you your limits, but also your strength. They made you stronger, even if you did not notice it at that time. Life will always have ups and downs. There will be good days and bad days. Staying strong does not mean you never feel weak. It means you keep going even when you feel weak. It means you do not give up, even when things are not clear. If you are going through a difficult time right now, do not put too much pressure on yourself to fix everything quickly. Focus on today. Focus on one small step. That is enough. Progress does not need to be fast to be real. Do not compare your journey with others. Everyone has a different life, different problems, and different timing. What matters is your own path and your own effort. Slowly, things will improve. Maybe not perfectly, but enough to move forward. And as you continue, your confidence will return, step by step. At the end of this story, remember one simple truth. Strength is not about being perfect or never falling. Strength is about continuing, even when things are not easy. You are allowed to feel tired. You are allowed to feel confused. But you are also capable of moving forward. And that is what makes you strong.